There we go. I'll just get on started here. I had to do a live stream because it's Christmas Eve and I am still working on this video. That's taking me forever because I'm trying to whittle it down. It's like an hour long right now. So yeah, I was like, let me just come on here and do a live stream and talk to everybody and, wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And if time permits, I'll let you guys hear a little bit of the video that I'm working on. That's taking me forever today to work on. Oh, you're going to enjoy this one. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one. Not so much because it's like good content, but, well, it is, but because this is a video that I didn't even realize I was going to go in on this video like I did. I really went in. I didn't mean to, but when I get passionate, y'all know how I am. When I get passionate, I go in. So yeah, I went in on this video and it's going to be great, but you guys, this is not the video I wanted to end the year on. It's just not. This is not the video. I wanted to be more fun. I wanted it to be a little bit more exciting. This one's a little more serious. It's on the serious side. So I do apologize for that. But at the same time, I'm not that sorry because I think it's something that people need to hear. When people start like saying that K-pop is just a bunch of stolen genres, that gets on my nerves. I haven't heard that often, but I've been hearing lately, or should I say I've heard from this one person, and I'm sure that there's other people that believe this, that K-pop is just a bunch of stolen genres that's mixed into one genre. And yep, 20% remaining. I knew this was going to happen. Hey, Riker. Gosh, I hope this thing doesn't cut off on me. This live stream might not be long. I'm trying to see if I can, let me see. I probably can do it another way. Maybe. But I'd prefer to do it this way. I don't know what's wrong with my phone today. Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas. Yeah, I made this live stream just to check in and say Merry Christmas to everybody because the video I'm working on is very long. I went a little too hard, maybe. I went a little too hard. So I'm trying to work on the time limit of the video. And it's not coming along very great. I'll say that. The video is very long. It runs about an hour. So I'm trying to whittle it down to at least 40 minutes. I don't know if that's going to work. 40 minutes is still long, but I went in. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. I know it's Christmas Eve, so but still, Merry Christmas. Because I'm not going to see you guys for a minute. I'm still working on this video that I wanted to be uploaded before Christmas. But it's not gonna happen because I talked too much on this video. And I was reacting to another video by another creator. So between pausing and playing and talking in between the video and then giving my last take, which was very long, it's going to be a long video. But I'm sure you guys wouldn't mind. Actually, I am going to play some of it for you guys today so you guys can hear it. Danielle, hello. Merry Christmas. And welcome. Yeah, I don't know if my phone is going to permit me the time to even talk to you guys like I want to. I have a feeling it's probably not because for some reason my phone's not charging properly. And I don't know if the power is going down to that degree. Let me check real quick. Is it going down? Hopefully it's not. Hello. Welcome everybody. You should be able to plug in your phone and stay live. Well, yeah, I mean it's plugged in, but apparently my phone is acting like it's not plugged in, and it's counting down instead of up with the charging. So I let's see, I have a feeling that something is gone wrong somewhere. I have a feeling. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. I had to get you guys before Christmas because I knew my video wouldn't come out at a decent time, so I had to do a live stream and wish you guys Merry Christmas. It would be wrong of me not to. I have to touch base with the moon base. I do not know what is going on. Let me see if do I have a slot over here? What's this? What's this? Oh, okay, I see what this is. I'll take that out. Maybe if I plug, whoops. Maybe if I plug this, into, there we go. Is that the right one? That's not the right one, is it? No, it's not. It's not. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. And I hope next year will be even better for everybody. This year was kind of rough. I can definitely say this year was kind of rough. Sorry about that. Okay, hopefully this will be better. If it keeps charging down, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck a lot. I have my headphones. Good. Let me get back to my live. I'm gonna share this some of this video with you guys real quick so y'all can see what this video is gonna be about. Just to preface, first of all, I do want to say, like I said before, Merry Christmas to everybody, and I hope everybody is ready and prepared, and I hope y'all stomachs are ready for the Christmas food and all the presents and everything. And I want to thank you all for another year. This is the 4th year of Moonlight Antonio, and this wouldn't have been possible without you guys. So I am so beyond grateful. And yeah, hard to express in words because a channel is only as good as the viewers that support it. So viewer support that you guys, take time out of your day or whatever to listen to my ranting and raving about K-pop stuff, it means the world. So thank you. So that's firstly. Secondly, I'm going to share with you guys in just a moment. Hopefully this thing doesn't cut off on me. But I'm going to share with you guys in just a moment. Let me get this live stream back up and running on my YouTube. Your channel. I think I did everything I need to on here. I probably should have put the title, changed the title to Merry Christmas, but alas, I'll change it. I'll change it later. I'll change it later. I'm in a troll mood today. Trolling Reddit, oh dear Lord. You know what? I actually meant to ask you, Riker. What was it that they called my mods again? I can't remember. What was it that the Reddit people called my mods? I cannot remember for the life of me. I can't remember what they what they called you guys. Wasn't it like grifters or something? Or was it, what was it? It was something. I can't remember. Such a strange thing. I wish that I could have read it. I wish I could have read it. That would have been a great live stream to read what Reddit said about me. Not that I care, but it would be great entertainment, I'm sure. Oh gosh, I wish I knew. I wish I remembered rather. All right, let me get this thing on and popping real quick. Okay, let me take this. Let me turn this on so people can hear it. Let me go all the way to the beginning. Oh God, I just realized I can hear myself. Give me one sec. I forgot that if I do that, I'm gonna hear myself. There we go. Mute me. Mute me. All right, please work now. Thank you. Work. Thank you. My computer is like working double time right now, and it's like going absolutely nuts. All right. Listen and enjoy.
Oh, guys, so I came across a video by...
Oh, by the way, let me just preface. The video is about this, well, actually, you know, you'll hear it when I talk about it. But I do want to say this. The video might sound a little choppy because it's in production stage. When I start cutting and chopping stuff, it'll like talk choppy. So I apologize for that. If some of the words don't sound very intelligible, it's because of the choppy nature of it. But yeah, with that said, I'll get back to it.
Okay, guys, so I came across a video by a content creator by the name of Curly Boy Chuck. I woke up this morning at about 7 in the morning, and then I saw this video, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I've been saying this for a long time. Cultures are not owned, they are shared. I've been saying this for a long time. Now, let me just give you the premise of what this video is all about. So basically, the video is debunking a lot of the claims that this Korean American woman who is in the music industry is making about K-pop, and basically trying to...
With something like fascist bootlickers who worship Jesus. Yeah, that's it was something along those lines. That's terrible.
And black-splain what K-pop is to Koreans, to basically correct her own people and tell them that they need to apologize and see the black people as minorities and victims, and you've stolen their music, you've stolen the way that they dress, the way that they talk, the way that they wear their hair, and all this other stuff, as a way to basically guilt trip South Korea into viewing black people as victims of cultural theft, if you will. It's like a victim mentality type conversation. Okay, so basically what she's saying is that black music, hip-hop, R&B, rap, whatever else, soul, has been stolen. It's systematically stolen from black people. It's been stolen from black people by Koreans and systematically integrated in that way into K-pop. And basically, she's crediting black...
I really hate these cuts. I apologize.
...people, just black people, for what K-pop has become. Now, let me just say this. That is not true. That is an utter lie. It's not systematically placed. Korean music. That is not true. It is not systematically, that is not how that happens. Okay? Again, cultures are not owned, they're shared. So yeah, found this video and I wanted to give my commentary on it. So what I'm going to do is something that I don't normally do on my channel. I'm going to play this video and I'm going to cut in between and give my commentary in between.
Blah, blah, blah. You get it. All right, so let's get to the actual thing.
Some of you may know, some of you may not know. I'm Korean American. I was born here in the States. But let's talk about this. Is not a complicated conversation, okay? K-pop is not some isolated cultural phenomenon. It's black music and black culture.
Oh, Joy, we know where this is going. To woke land. Carry on.
A lot of you guys have been DMing me. What do you think about K-pop? So I'm addressing it right now. It is black R&B, hip-hop, pop, systemized through a Korean entertainment industry machine.
She said that K-pop, that's a very general statement, by the way, that K-pop, the genre, is nothing but black music sung and rapped by Koreans in their language. Is that true? Is that really true? Is there no other genres of music by other ethnicities in K-pop? Is it just black music?
Wait, so you mean that music is being universally shared across borders and people are being influenced by specifically American music and American styles of music? Is that what you're saying? Because if so, what's the point?
Yes, exactly. It's an influence. It's not something that they stole from us. It's not a bunch of genres that black people created and Koreans stole it and then put it in their music and said that they created it first. That's not what's happening here. Do we get a lot of credit for the stuff that we put out and produce and everything? No, not really. Okay, and there's room for that. There's room for that kind of growth. However, to lie and say all K-pop is just hip-hop, R&B, rap, soul, every genre we created, black folks. It's just what we created. That's what K-pop is. That's what it boils down to. That is a lie. That is a blatant lie. This is coming from a woman who feels like black people are owed more than what they are really owed. The gymnastics that she's going to try to prove this point. So let's listen on. Okay, let's listen on.
And it's facts, okay? It's history. Let me take you to the very first K-pop group ever in 1992 called 서태지 and Boys. 서태지와 아이들.
서태지와 아이들.
If you listen to their songs, you can probably name the songs they copied. I'm going to play for you one of their songs called Come Back Home, okay? You tell me what song it is.
Trying to get crazy with this. Don't you know I'm loco?
Now, I know Cypress Hill is more of a Latino, right, American hip-hop group, but...
Listen to what my boy says here. Listen to what he says here. Watch this.
Oh, I know Cypress Hill is more of a Latino, right, American hip-hop group, but...
But what? So your whole point is that we should be giving acknowledgement solely to black Americans because black Americans, according to you, created everything, right? Right, Wokey? We hear you use Cypress Hill, a hip-hop group where all the members are not black, but Latino, which is very interesting because if you actually know the true history of hip-hop, you would know that it was created, yes, in the USA, but not just by black people, also Latino people who grew up in the hood.
Isn't that interesting? And it's true. As a matter of fact, Latinos, particularly Puerto Ricans, were integral co-founders of hip-hop in the 1970s. New York, the Bronx, influencing its DNA alongside African-American and Caribbean cultures. They were the pioneers in DJing, MCing, and breaking, with key figures like DJ Charlie Chase, DJ Disco Wiz, and Casanova Fly, helping establish that movement. Now, mind you, she started this off by saying facts. This is facts. Then she kind of backpedals and is like, yeah, well, I know that Cypress Hill is a Latino group, right? But yeah, hip-hop, it wasn't just by black people. Just like I said in another video a year or so ago, do-rags weren't only just worn by black people in the hood. It was worn by Latinos in the hood, too. Yeah, she's making it seem like the only people that did anything that pushed K-pop forward was just black people. not knowing that Latinos had a hand in some of this stuff as well. And it's funny because I haven't really touched on that in other videos. But yeah, he's actually absolutely right. Latinos had a hand in this stuff. Some of the more notable, more famous rappers and artists within the genres that she's talking about are black people. But Latinos also played a role in this, okay? But she's trying to pass it off as if black people are the only ones who are worthy of any credit or who should be credited at all in any of this stuff coming to South Korea. And we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty meat of the matter on it later on in this video for sure. But I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, but you can't say that, because if you say that, then you get accused of cultural appropriation by black people.
Yes. If you say that Latinos also had a hand in R&B and hip hop and stuff, people will say, oh, no, that was all black. That was all black. That was all black. That was all black. And what you talking about, that was all black. No, it actually was not all black. Here's the thing. There are, and I'm not saying that this is all black folks.
Hey, what's up, Scope? Welcome.
But there are some black people that actually believe that Koreans and other ethnicities integrating black music into their culture are committing cultural appropriation. And this is why I said cultural appropriation.
Oh, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Like, it's like something that mutates. First, it's one thing, and now it becomes a slew of other things, to the point where, like, if Asians do anything that looks remotely black or anything, it's like walking on eggshells, right? You don't want to step on nobody's toes. Now they got to be extra careful. Not everything is cultural appropriation. Not everything is disrespect. Not everything is theft. But that's how people like this Korean American woman treats this whole K-pop thing. Like, it's just stolen music. Stolen music. As if they, like, literally stole it. So, like, there's a way.
This lady is as good at Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much, Scope. Thank you. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. This lady is as good at identifying what's stolen from people as a Min Hee-jin is at identifying what is copied. Yeah. You know what? That's kind of, I didn't think about that until you said that. That's kind of giving Min Hee-jin vibes, isn't it? She created, she claimed she created certain hairstyles, certain makeup styles, certain fashion trends for New Jeans, and that other groups like Islet were copying it, and it was like plagiarism or something. And then like the whole concepts and stuff, she was like trying to say that all these concepts that she created was like plagiarism, when in fact it's been done before her time. And she no, yeah, you can't plagiarize concepts. Like, there's some concepts, like there's some aspects within concepts that you can, I guess, plagiarize. But a concept in and of itself, schoolgirl concept, you can't plagiarize a schoolgirl concept. Do you know how many girl idols have had a schoolgirl concept? Strange. But that's kind of what she's saying, that like you can steal genres. You can literally steal genres of music. And that Koreans stole black genres of music. Stole. The word she used was stole.
Literally stole it. Like, there's a way legally to steal music. It's called plagiarism. But she's not talking about plagiarism. She's talking about like a kind of stolen that is like culture based. I don't understand when people say stuff like this.
Rain, Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve to you.
It's not like, oh my God. Anyway, point being is that you can't steal culture. You can adapt culture from other genres into your own culture and create an amalgamation of different cultures into your culture, musically or whatever else. But you don't steal it. There's no such thing as stealing culture. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. And when I say...
So the topic is, I'm sharing with you guys a little snippet of my video that I'm working on. And the reason why is because I am terrible at not knowing when to stop talking. So this video is like well over an hour, and I'm trying to get it down to like at least 30 or 40 minutes. And I'm having a hard time. So I knew I wasn't going to have this video out before, after Christmas, or whatever the case, New Year's, whatever. So I'm sharing with you guys a little bit of the video. The video is about a woman who is in the music industry, who I guess writes and produces music, who is basically, yes, I know. I have to drop that. I have to drop that somehow. I have to drop that. It can't be an hour. My computer doesn't respond well to hour-long videos. But basically, the woman is basically, I guess, how do you explain this? She's basically black-splaining to her Korean ethnicity and trying to guilt trip them and correct them and say, oh, you know, you guys stole black music from Minhee. Yeah, well, it kind of reminds me of Minhee. It's not Minhee, though. But she's basically saying that, like, black people had their genres of music, like hip-hop and R&B, stolen by K-pop. That K-pop systematically stole it. And she's mad because, in her mind, K-pop has become more popular by, in her words, stealing black genres of music and incorporating it into K-pop. They've become more popular than the black artists themselves. They become a cultural phenomenon. Of course, she claims K-pop is not a isolated cultural phenomenon. It is, though. K-pop is all by itself, it is an isolated cultural phenomenon, but she's justifying her stance that it's not, based on her belief that it's built on the backs of black artists or black, you know, whatever, producers, songwriters from, you know, different black genres, who they don't credit in the way that she wants them to credit black people. I'm going to get into a whole little conversation on this after I finish letting you guys hear my little snippet. And the snippet might be a little longer than I intended, but that's because, again, the video is an hour long. So you might hear a longer snippet than what's normal. So just bear with me. I want you guys to hear it so you can weigh in on the topic, and we'll talk about it after I'm done. Okay, let's get it.
Black people, I don't mean to generalize. I mean, there is a sect of black people that feel this way, and there's a sect of black people like myself that...
Wait, you said what? I think I know who you're talking about. This Korean lady on TikTok saying K-pop started with stealing. Yes. That's, yes, exactly. A guy by the name of Pretty Boy Chuck had actually made a YouTube short challenging her view on that, when she listed an example and said it was from Mexicans or Hispanics, and said it still proves her. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I know Cypress Hill is a Latino American, but like, no, if you knew anything about history, Latinos and blacks contributed to hip-hop. If you know anything about, and listen, I'm not like an expert on hip-hop history, but you're in the music industry, you should know that Latinos and blacks contributed to hip-hop, because there was not just black folk. That's a stereotype, by the way, that only people that existed in the hood is black folk. Not true. There's Latinos as well, just like there were Latino gangs and black gangs in the hood. Latino drug dealers and dope dealers, and black drug dealers and dope dealers. How do I know? Because I lived in the hood for a time. It's called Hafer Street. Don't go there. Don't go to Hafer Street, please. So I know. But yeah, She does. I don't think she knows that, like, groups like Cypress Hill and others, that's based in the hood. Like, it's not just black artists. Hello, I think these frustrated people should have this conversation with the songwriters and producers for the groups. There are black and American people behind these songs. Exactly. And another point I was gonna make, and I actually made it in the video. She brings up like that it's stolen, right? All these genres. So what do you say to the black producer and songwriter who writes these songs for Koreans? Are they being coerced into doing it? Are there Korean companies like with guns pointed at them, threatening them? Hey, if you don't write this music for these Koreans, I'm gonna end your career or something like that. Like, they're not being coerced or threatened into writing these songs and producing the music. You know what I mean? So they're doing it of their own free will. And if they are doing it of their own free will and not being threatened or coerced, does that mean that Korea's stealing the music when they're just basically writing it for them? Isn't that weird? I like Dim Joints and the video. They're both like, yes, Dim Joints, Teddy Riley, a few others as well. They're black. Teddy Riley's very well known. He's been in the K-pop space for a long time. Oh my God, Moonlight, can I ask why are Reddit full of delusional people? What'd they say this time? I saw some K-pop fans call them sellouts. Wait, I saw some K-pop fans call them sellouts. Let me go back to the K-pop fans were ganging her Twitter. Oh, wait, what? K-pop fans were gagging over her on Twitter. Is he supposed to know? I saw some K-pop fans call them sellouts. It's craziness. All right, wait. They also sample a lot of R&B songs too, so it's just pointless. Like, yeah, that's another thing. A lot of the songs that you hear in South Korea, when it comes to K-pop, are sampled songs or loops that black people did. EXO did that. You're the one for me. That song, that's an old song, but that's a sample. Like, a lot of these songs are, I think Shiny did a few of them actually. Love's Way, that was a sample of a song that my mom knows. And I can't remember what she called it, but that was back in her time. They also sample a lot of R&B songs too, so it's pointless. Like EXO sampled, and yes, that's right. I made a post saying, can we not defend idols who do things like take advantage of people or who call things a little lie when lying about abuse just because we like them and people have a problem with it. Oh, and I'm guessing the response was unhinged. Can we not defend idols who do things like take advantage of people or who call things a little lie when lying about abuse? Yeah, I think that's a reasonable take. So I can only imagine what those people said. I'm sure it was a bunch of unhinged nonsense.
a totally different way about it. So I'm not saying all black people feel this way, okay? So I just want to make sure I put that out there because I don't want people accusing me of generalizing.
Cultural appropriation by black people. If you're Latin and you say that hip hop is also Latin. Yeah. I mean, look at how the black community treats J-Lo. A woman who grew up in New York City as a Puerto Rican Latina, and because she does hip hop music and R&B music, people call her a culture vulture. Even though her entire culture, she grew up in the hood, in the Bronx, where hip hop was born. But because she isn't the right skin color, she gets accused of cultural appropriation as well.
What I'm trying to explain to you is that that's what they did from the very beginning.
So they were inspired by music in the United States and then copied it in South Korea. Okay? And again, I go to my original question. Isn't that what music does? Isn't music universal? Doesn't music transcend beyond race, color,
Such a
language?
good point.
It's universal.
Thank you, Chuck. Isn't music supposed to transcend race, color, ethnicity, creed, language, all that stuff? The same people that claim that music is a universal language are the same people that are calling cultural appropriation for Koreans rapping in their songs. Like I said, that's not everybody. It's just people that think the way she does. Because apparently she's proof that there are people out there like her that think that way. And she's not black. I'm not saying that you have to be black to think that way. I'm just saying, usually I would normally see black people that would think this way. This is a Korean American trying to advocate for black people, for black music. I don't know what the whole deal is with her trying to do this. So I'm not sure why she's so hung up on how black culture is like this, or black people should be given special treatment or special credit solely. That is not true. What he's saying is this is what I've been saying the whole time. Cultures are not owned. They are not owned. They are shared. They were inspired by black music.
Cookverse. Cookverse, hello, welcome, and Merry Christmas Eve. I think Rain corrected me. It's not Christmas today, it's Christmas Eve. You're right. Merry Christmas Eve to everyone. And Merry, I guess this is how you use the term belated, even though belated is supposed to be like, oh yeah, it's been past Christmas, but it hasn't been Christmas yet, but I'm saying Merry Christmas for everybody because I know I'm not going to be able to say it tomorrow because I'm going to be I have to go to my aunt's house. We got a lot of stuff to do on Christmas. So I'm getting it all out of the way now. Merry Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. But yeah, welcome. My post was in response to a person saying, my post was in response to a person saying, a bloom? What? A bloom? Saying a bloom? And New Jeans shouldn't get so much. Who is a bloom? A bloom and New Jeans shouldn't get so much hate for doing. Huh? Okay, no, I agree that I don't think that they should be getting hate. I do agree with that. They shouldn't be getting hate. True. But criticism? Abso-freaking-lutely, they should be criticized. It's Ninguk, but I changed my my username. Ah, I see. Well, welcome, Ninguk. I should have known because I see the wrench, but because I'm looking at my phone and not the computer, and I don't see the blue, I just see the wrench. I did not know. I should have known when I saw the wrench, though. But I guess I didn't see it. A bloom is the remaining girls of 50-50. Oh, I did not know this. What? I didn't know this at all. Thank y'all for keeping me up to date because I didn't know. I had no idea. I did not know.
They were inspired by black music, so they adapted it into their genre, which is K-pop. What's the big deal? Koreans also get inspired by Latino music. They also get inspired by Afro beats now. They also get inspired by old 1900s music that they integrate into their music. Waltz, foxtrot, a little bit of Bollywood stuff going on. They take from every sort of facet of music and create something new. And yes, sometimes the hip hop or R&B sound or whatever the case, pop, is integrated into those different styles. It's a melting pot. It's integrated. It's not just one thing. It's not just black. It's black. This is black. This is black, 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 black. It's not just that. There's so many different kinds. Punk rock or just rock in general that they meld into K-pop, right? And they might integrate R&B and hip hop into the rock, pop rock or whatever. It's a hybrid. That's what K-pop is. It's hybridized forms of different genres of music coming together. That's what it is. It's not just black. This whole thing about, black, 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 black. If we be honest, a lot of white folks don't get a lot of credit either for what they do either in South Korea when it comes to creating the music genres. So I don't know why this is just such a polarizing thing. It's just black people, black people, black people. It is not just black people. Again, I don't know what her angle is here, why she's highlighting black so much. And then again, yes, I think I am kind of slowly getting it. Black people have been stolen from, and black people are the most beat down, oppressed ethnicity ever. And here's the proof. Look at what they're doing to black music. They're stealing it. She's going to make the point in a minute that they're stealing the music. That Koreans have been stealing black music, stealing it, not being inspired by it, straight up stealing it, and how it's a systemized thing within the industry. Let's move on.
And let's not pretend that the United States is not a key player when it comes to pop culture and when it comes to trends that other countries tend to borrow or be influenced by. That's just how music works.
Well, what do you mean by the root of K-pop? Well, what is the root of K-pop? And when you say Americanized, what do you mean by Americanized? Do you mean like light it up like dynamite? Do you mean butter, smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover? Like, what do you mean when you say Americanized? Because like that, what I just described, yes, that's cookie cutter Americanized, and I'm not really a fan of it. However, South Korea at its, like when it comes to K-pop at its roots, it's steeped in all kinds of different genres of music from different cultures. And so, I mean, if you want to go back to like the Korean trot days, I don't think, and I covered this last week or so when I did a live stream. I don't think people want to hear BTS doing trot. I sure as heck don't. I don't. I mean, I'm sure people probably wouldn't care at this point because they've already built up their careers. If they did a trot song, I think people would just love it because it's BTS. But I don't want to hear BTS doing trot. Trot was the music that Korea gravitated towards back in the day before hip-hop entered into Korea. So like when you say Korea needs to go back to its roots when it comes to K-pop, what exactly do you mean? And specify that for me. I agree, but when you looked at the comments, you soon realize that. Wait, let me go back because you said something earlier. My whole point was, excuse me, y'all. Gosh, this would be the moment where Chinese Nuna would come out of the shadows and say, "Drink your water." And my whole point was you shouldn't call abusing people a mistake. Oh, that's a good point. Or lying about abuse as a small lie to make them not seem that bad. Yeah. So basically like kind of glazing over the issue or trying to like put a mat over top of it, right? Sweep it under the rug, so to speak. and say, well, it was a mistake. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think the conflation of mistakes and bad decisions is a bad thing. So that's a good point there, for sure. And Reddit had a problem with that statement. I don't know how. This is why I don't like Reddit, because people on Reddit are so weird. I don't know where these people come from. I don't think these people have real lives. I don't think these people have real experiences, human experiences. Because I don't think that anything you said is unreasonable. Your point was you should call abuse. You should call abuse. Sorry. Your point was that you shouldn't call abuse a mistake. Yeah, no, that's not a mistake. You don't accidentally abuse someone. Abuse is intentional. Or lying about it. Yeah, saying it's a small lie. I don't think that there's anything unreasonable with that. When it comes to K-pop, I wish that K-pop groups return to the root of K-pop. Oh wait, I just read that. I agree, but when you look, God, I can't read today for some reason. I agree, but when you looked at the comments, you realized that when they said hate, they meant criticism. Yeah, see, that's no. Hate, this is why I made that video because people, for some odd reason, on the interwebs view criticism as hate too. You soon realize that when they said hate, they meant criticism in general. Why is that hate? How is that hate, though? Because that's what they're saying, right? That criticism and hate are the same thing. I find it hypocritical because black people borrow from other cultures. Yes, exactly. Black people borrow from other cultures all the time. Like Japan, just like Japan, yet it's called an inspiration. Yes. Who came up with rock music? White people came up with rock music. Asians caught on to it, and it became a huge thing. Now I feel like Japanese people can do better rock music than people over here. I love Japanese rock music. And they can do it, man. It's great over there. They get all into it, their emotions and all. I'm not saying that we don't do that here, but like when Japanese do it, I don't know. There's just something about Japanese folks doing rock. I love it. And then their voices. I love their voices. Ugh. Anyway, but I'm an Asian junkie, so Asian junkie. Isn't that a... No, sorry, I'm thinking about K-pop junkie. I was about to say, isn't that a YouTuber? A K-pop junkie. I guess everyone... abuse is repeated. Thank you, Rain. Abuse is an repeated action. It's not something that you said, oh, oops, I didn't mean to, ooh. No, you did it repeatedly. It's habitual. And that's the thing. Abuse is a pattern of behavior. Abusiveness is a pattern of behavior. It's habitual. Like the Justin Bieber song. I guess everyone here agrees you shouldn't call the New Jeans members criticism is warranted. Yes, criticism is warranted. But yes, you shouldn't call, yes. What? That's actually very dangerous, like calling those young women prostitutes. I think that's very dangerous. If people are saying that, that's dangerous. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's dangerous. Please. I'm not talking about you, Riker. I'm talking about like if anybody is calling them prostitutes online. I wouldn't put it past people that don't like New Jeans to say that, but don't do that. Please. That's disgusting. Don't do that. BTS is the exemption. Sorry, BTS is the exemption for me currently. So they're the exception to the rule for you. Although commercialized. When you talk about BTS or you talk about commercialized music, I think about BTS's American music, which it was cool because it was BTS, but I'm not really a fan of a lot of their American music. It's just not, it doesn't hit as well as their Korean music. I love their Korean music. Mind you, their Korean music is still Korean regardless of the genres that are incorporated into it, because genres, as just like Chuck said, the genres of music and the styles of music transcend color, like race and ethnicity and creed and all that. It transcends that. That's why Japanese people adapted rock, even though rock was invented by white people. That's why you know, K-pop, they adapt so many different kinds of genres that they did not come up with into K-pop. It has nothing to do with color. And I think when we can finally get to a point where we stop glorifying, over glorifying color when it comes to music, and let music be what it is, a creative thing from a creative mind. I don't care about the color of the person who created the music. I care about the mind, the creativity from the mind of the person. That's what I care about. I want to know what was in your head when you put this kind of music and this sound and that sound together. I don't care if it was a black person or a white person or an Asian person or a Latino person. I'm interested in the talent. You know what I mean? What inspired you? What inspired you to do that? When we start highlighting color, then it becomes a race issue. And then when you start labeling other ethnicities racist for this stuff, it becomes a racial topic that you created it to be one. So you're the one implying the race stuff, not them. You did that. Music is supposed to be transcending race, and then you're all of a sudden you're just making it about race now. Shima, Merry Christmas to you, Shima. Merry Christmas. Good to see you, by the way. The ray of sunshine, Shima. But yeah, like that's my thing. If music is a transcendent thing, as we've called it, why do people have to attach color to it? Well, because black people were oppressed for all these years. Black people were marginalized and penalized, and they were not allowed in certain places. Yes, okay, we know that. That was history. And I make a point in this video, and I'm going to say it here. The problem that I have with that is that you're parking your car there. We're supposed to be tourists when it comes to history. You drive past history, you look at the sites, you look at what happened, and you say, yep, that happened. Yep, that happened. Yep, that did happen. Yep, that's true. But I am living my ancestor's dream. My ancestor dreamed of being as free as I am. Look at where I am now. Look at how far the black people have come in this country. Not sitting there and going, oh, let me park my car at Transatlantic Slave Trade Boulevard. Let me park my car at Jim Crow Street or whatever. Like, I'm not doing that. I don't live there. So I'm not gonna park my car there. Amen. I drive past it. Why? Because I am past it. I'm past it. I'm in 2025. Black music is being appreciated. Black artists are being appreciated. You don't hear people all over the world know who Beyonce is. They call her the Queen Bee. If anybody says that a K-pop group is more popular than Beyonce, what happens? All the bees from the beehive come out. That's how big Beyonce is. You got the nerve to tell me that black artists are penalized and we don't have we can't do, they can't do this and they can't do that and they're not recognized like that. Are you freaking kidding me? And you're Korean American, you live in this country and you're talking about how bound and oppressed we are? Woman, shut up. Are you serious? Maybe you forgot that Rihanna and who else? Rihanna, Neo, Chris Brown, Usher, Brandy, LL Cool J, freaking, all these people. Are you seriously going to sit here and tell me that we're just so beat down? Everybody knows who Stevie Wonder is. Everybody knows who Al Green is. Marvin Gaye. Everybody knows who these people are. Now, they had a harder time back in their time, and I acknowledge that. I'm not an idiot. Okay, I'm aware of history. Jackie Wilson, Sam Cooke, two of my absolute favorites from the 50s or so. Loved those guys. They had a hard time. Nat King Cole, they had a hard time. But guess where they are now? Cultural phenomena, and we all recognize them. We all know who they are. Some people might not know who Sam Cooke is. Some people might not know who Jackie Wilson is. But for the most part in America, we know who they are. They might not know that. They might know Frank Sinatra because he was, more popular. And because, well, not more popular, but Nat King Cole, I think, was probably on the same level. Because, I'm sorry, I like Nat King Cole a little bit better. Not because he's black, but because his voice. I just love Watashio. Anyway, but y'all know what I mean? I think the overcorrection that she's trying to place upon Koreans and trying to tell them shame on you for stealing black genres of music and putting it in K-pop. And that K-pop should have been just Korean music. I don't even know what Korean music is. Like traditional Korean music? Is that what she's talking about? No, nobody wants to hear that. Let's be honest. Nobody wants to hear old folk Korean music in 2025 with K-pop groups. I think it's cool when when K-pop draws influence or inspiration from old folk Korean and integrate it into K-pop in a more modern way. I think that's cool. But guess what you got to do that? You got to add different genres in the mix to make it more palatable, to make it more hybridized. She's condemning that, basically. Saying that, shame on Korea for doing that. And she's in the industry. That's what killed me. This woman's in the industry saying stuff like this. How do you live? How do you produce music? What genres do you use? And I brought up an argument here. If this woman has ever once, and I know she has, I'm pretty sure she has, if she's ever once in her life had to, I would say, let's put it this way. I don't know if she's written songs for Korean artists or K-pop artists, but if she's ever done that in her career and she's added hip-hop and R&B and black genres, then she has to also accuse herself and apologize for what she herself called stealing. That means she stole it. She's not Korean. I mean, she's not black, remember? She's Korean American. So if she created music for a K-pop group and she added hip-hop and R&B kind of stuff into it, she stole. In her own logic, she stole from black people. And she should be apologizing on her knees, kissing our feet and kissing the ground we walk on. In her own logic. Which is funny, she never bothered to talk about any of the music she's done. I've been in the music industry, so, okay, but what music have you done? And, because it probably would disprove everything that she's saying. If I were to find any music that she's written, and it has a slew, any sliver of R&B or hip-hop influence in it, she is basically talking about herself. And what I don't like is the self-deprecating and trying to shame her own people. No, stop that. Don't do that. Don't do that for us. Don't do that for us, please. Who is she? I don't know her for real. I just found out about who this person was through the YouTuber that I made this video on. That's the only, I didn't know who this person was from Adam until this video. But apparently she's in the music industry. She said so herself. She's in the music industry. I don't know what facet of the music industry she's in, but I'm assuming that she creates music herself. This is like when a content creator complained about SM Entertainment's new British group being white boys trying to be K-pop artists despite them saying they are British pop. Like, how do you have the audacity to complain about something you're profiting off? Isn't that Rain? God bless you. God bless you. Based. Because and don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure she's probably written at least a few songs that have that R&B hip hop aspect to it. I mean, like, you don't hear white people getting mad at Michael Jackson because he adapted rock into his, style of music. Ooh, he stole. Beyonce did a country, album or whatever. And she, wore cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and all that stuff. If it was a white person trying to dress like a black person, we would call that cultural appropriation and then shame them for it and say that they're trying to create a caricature of a black person. But Beyonce goes and does the same thing, and she's praised for it. Isn't that weird? How is it called? This is why I hate when people do this. It's like white people, for some odd reason, there's something wrong with them doing it. But when a black person does the same thing, it's fair game. I don't understand. Cultural appropriation in one sense should be cultural appropriation in another sense. It was never a cultural thing for black people to dress like cowboys. I'm not saying that black people can't. I'm just saying it wasn't a cultural thing. There was a cowboy thing was a white thing. That was a Western white thing. And then somehow it became, when a black person does it, it's okay. But when a white person does the reverse and tries to dress in street clothes, or they put a do-rag on their head like Eminem did, all of a sudden, oh no, you can't do that. You got to take that off because otherwise you're going to get jumped. Like what? Well, really? So when, what's that boy name? Lil Nas X. When Lil Nas X did the Old Town Road with the cowboy hat and even did the accent, I got the horses in the back. Like, he did that. Nobody in the community of the white folks said, oh no, you can't do that. No, that's cultural appropriation. No, you can't. He making fun of us. He making fun of. No, it was none of that. Everybody loved it. Why? Because white people was like, wow, he's appreciating like country. Like, this is a black person appreciating country like this and vamping it up. Like, it's like country trap music. Like, it's a hybridized style, and he's like loving country in this way. Wow. They applauded him for that. But no, when Koreans do it to black music, or they wear something that is going to be, apparently a problem, all of a sudden it's cultural appropriation. Why do we do this? This is why I said I don't like. It's like a part of me likes talking about it because I want to challenge people's thought process. But another part of me hates talking about it because it's like, y'all are hypocrites. You shame one group of people for doing the same thing when another person from another ethnic group does it. It's okay. It's praised. It's not just okay. It's praised. It's celebrated. When black people do, that's why I'm not buying this whole, oh, black people were penalized. She says later on in the video, black people were penalized. They were excluded. Yes, back in the day, they were. But when a black person does something like what Beyonce did, or Lil Nas X did, they're praised. They're celebrated. I don't understand. It's stealing when it comes to Korea. It's celebrated when it comes to black people. So how are we oppressed again? Maybe she don't remember Lil Nas X or Beyonce doing her little thing. Maybe she don't remember black people, not just them, but Michael Jackson and others, adapting other genres that black people didn't create and incorporating it into their style of music and making it their own. Maybe she don't know about that, but she's a musician. She's supposed to be like a person in the music industry, but maybe she don't know about that. Maybe she don't, which is crazy. How can you be in the music industry and you don't, and you have this very narrow-minded, dogmatic view of how genres should be used? And and then she says, if you're going to, steal, copy the genres from black people, at least give them credit. At least give them credit. So what are they supposed to say? Oh, by the way, this song was written by a person of color. Oh, by the way, this was written by a black person. Oh, Moonlight Antonio, the guy that's on YouTube. Yeah, he wrote the song for us. Oh, by the way, just in case you didn't know, he's black. I need to make sure that you guys know he's black. Now, when you go to his YouTube channel, you'll automatically see a picture and you'll know he's black. But I gotta make sure that y'all know before you see the picture that he's black. Just trust me, he's black. He's black. He's black. Did I mention he's black? Do you know how insulting that is? Do you know how insulting that is? I don't give a crap. No one should care that I'm black. What are you expecting from the crowd when you say that? Oh, he's black. Like, what? Come on, man. When you treat a certain ethnicity like this, don't be surprised when people are like, hey, I thought y'all said y'all wanted like equality, and I thought y'all said y'all wanted to be treated like normal people. So why is it that you have to specify you're black so that you can get a response like, oh, they're black? Like, okay, and my great-great-grandfather was white. He's got white in him. Oh my God, it's a black guy. A black guy wrote this song? Oh my God, he's black. Black people have existed for a long time. We're not like a new kind of species of human. You don't have to treat us like that. You don't have to no, please. It's not about my color. It's about my creativity. It's about my artistry. It's about my sense of industry. What did I do? What was my mindset? What inspired me to create this masterpiece? Not, oh, it's a black guy, by the way, that created this song. Black. I'm blackety black and I'm black, y'all. And I'm blackety black and I'm black, y'all. And I'm blackety black and I'm blackety black that I'm blackety black that I'm black, y'all. And I'm black and I'm proud and I'm black, y'all. That's what it gives me. I don't know if y'all saw that. That's an old thing that Alan, I think it was Alan Payne or whatever. I think that's his name, Alan Payne. I'm blackety black and I'm black, y'all. Dressed like a Black Panther or something. I'm blackety black and I'm black, y'all. And I'm blackety black and I'm blackety black and I'm black and I'm proud. And I don't need to do that. Y'all can clearly see. I mean, I know this guy that's talking that's in front of you is not like black, because like black people don't have hair like that unless you're mixed. But you guys know I'm black. Okay, you guys know I'm black. And if you didn't know, and you thought I was a white guy because of how I speak, and I speak proper, it's because I was taught how to speak that way. Oh, yeah, I was taught how to speak proper English. So it's not because I'm not black. I'm black. I'm still black, okay? Anyway, let me read you guys' comments. I went on a whole tirade there. The y'all get, it's very offensive to have to constantly point out the fact that I'm black as a way to acknowledge me writing a song. It's a song. It's a song. You don't hear people say, David Bowie, yes, I love his songs because he was a gay guy who wrote them. Oh, I just love it that a gay person wrote Nobody cares he was gay. They just care that it was David freaking Bowie. Y'all act like the... Anyway. Let me go back to the comments. I apologize. I feel like all people these days, let me see where I don't mind inspiration. Basically I said, okay, I think I'm catching up now. I don't mind inspiration, but if they adapt it to K-pop, but not drawing it into a dull mainstream cookie cut butter that is labeled as K-pop when it's not anymore. I don't mind inspiration, but if they adapt it to K-pop, okay, I think I know what you mean, Inga. If it's like cookie cutter, like light it up like dynamite and stuff like that, because it doesn't sound like K-pop anymore when it gets to that point. Yeah, I got you. I got you. I feel like people these days are complaining more than the black people who actually went through slavery. If they had the opportunity we have now in 2025, bruh, none of them would be whining. Yes. Facts. That's facts. I like how you said we should be tourists in history. You acknowledge it, learn from it, and keep moving. Exactly. We're supposed to be tourists. We're not supposed to park our car there and say, this is where I am. I'm oppressed. No, get your mind out of the early 1900s and the 1700s and all the times, transatlantic slave trade. Get your mind out of that place and realize that you are living your ancestors' dream. They dreamed of being as free as you are. Don't squander it and waste it by complaining about an oppression that is only in your mind. It's like the analogy that I used before in one of my videos. My great-grandmother stepped on a tack, and I'm saying, ouch. Even though she stepped on the tack before I was even a thought in my mother and father's mind. She stepped on the tack, and I'm 34 years old now, and I'm going, ow! Even that wasn't you. That was your his great-grandmother. That's how black oppression is, though. That's how the narrative is. We have to keep bringing it up. And as I said before in my What is Woke video, we have made oppression an ally to us. It's what gives us validation to constantly be victims. It's a friend. It's a friend. It's a companion. Anytime somebody tries to correct us or say, hey, you need to stop doing that. No, you can't say that. I'm black. And then they start going into the whole how we were oppressed and we were beaten and we were enslaved and all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, would you let that go? We acknowledge that slavery happened. We acknowledge it was wrong. We acknowledge it. You don't have to live there, though. You don't have to constantly keep bringing it up as a weapon to use against people who have actual good criticism, fair criticism of what you guys do. And another thing, I do want to say this before I move on to the comments, while it's still fresh in my head. I've heard people, and even like many of you, my precious viewers, have said, I'm not black, so I can't speak on this stuff. I don't have a voice. I don't have a dog in this fight. And because I know you guys are rightfully so afraid of being criticized for telling black folk about themselves. And when I say telling black folk about themselves, I'm talking about like actual real criticisms of the black community that you guys might have. Just by basic observation and knowing how black culture is. And you have criticisms of it. Rightful criticism. And you'll say, well, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not black. I shouldn't speak on it. And yet here you have, and this is why I say that everybody, honestly, in my space, I am black, and I'm saying you have every right, if you understand black culture and how it has digressed, regressed, you have every right to talk about it. Well, at my table, you have every right. I don't care what color you are. If you know something about it, you have every right to talk about it. Because here this woman is, not black, but Korean American, got the nerve to tell Koreans that they need to bend the knee to, the oppression narrative of black folks and do all this stuff, go through all these gymnastics and calisthenics to appease black people. Basically saying that they are racist and culturally appropriating black music by integrating it into K-pop. She has the nerve to have an opinion on black music, on black anything. And yet she's Korean American. But the only reason why it's accepted when she does it, as opposed to when you guys who might not be black, for whoever is not black, is because her narrative is the prevailing narrative of a lot of people in America. That's why she can get away with it, and people are like, "Yeah, that's right. Thank you for defending our culture and our heritage and all that mess." But when you have a true criticism of black culture and how the reason why black people are like how we are, and they get offended by it and they start bashing you and calling you racist and calling you all kinds of stuff, and you're like, yep, this is why I didn't want to talk about it. So it's like, I feel like if she can say the crap she said out of her mouth that don't make no sense, then everybody who's not black, as well as just like her, can also say the actual truth of the matter. And regardless of the outcome, at least you said something. And guess what? I will happily defend you as a black person. And they're going to criticize me too. They've already criticized me. I've been on here for 4 years. They've criticized me already. And my channel's not even that big. So I don't feel like you can't say anything. If you know about black culture and how things have been going and like because I can name, I'm not gonna get like all political or whatever, but I can name things in the black culture that's a problem. And I'm sure that a lot of people that aren't black can also do the same thing. So I don't see a problem there. But apparently it's a problem when a white person addresses it because they're white. It's all about color. That's the problem. It's all about color. That's bullcrap. That is bullcrap. I would curse if I could. It's nonsense. It's utter nonsense. I don't give a crap what color you are. If you know about anything, you may as well say it. Because guess what? In reality, damned if you do and damned if you don't. That's just how we live. That's just the way it is. If you don't say nothing, damned if you don't. If you do say something, damned if you do. You get criticized either way. Yeah. Anyway, let me go back to the comments because I'm yapping again. This is what you guys come here for, though, right? This is what you guys come here for. Only Korea. K-pop will die if we only do. Yes, I agree, Rain. K-pop will cease to be the cultural phenomenon that she claimed it is because it was built off the backs of black people, whatever. But it's not, it's, all kinds of genres of music are incorporated in it. So if you take away all those genres and you leave K-pop as like folk music or trot music, do you know how fast K-pop will shoot down? Nobody wants to listen to that. She's acting like everyone who liked hip-hop and pop growing up wouldn't immediately think of black artists instead of white artists. K-pop will, yep, exactly. K-pop will die if you take away, if you only do Korean music, you take everything else away. Also, it's racist to think that a race of people have to sing only their music. Yes, it's segregation of a whole nother kind, Riker. It's musical segregation. To say that blacks, y'all just do y'all thing. Actually, no, I'll put it this way. It's musical inequality and musical segregation. Why? Because it's okay if black people take whatever genre of music and do it their way because they've been oppressed, so they have that right. But if you're white or any other type of ethnicity, you are out of line. So it's basically Asians do y'all thing, white folk do y'all thing, black people, y'all do y'all thing, which is y'all music and other genres as well. Y'all have earned that right to take other genres and incorporate it. But all these other ethnic groups, y'all have not earned that right because y'all haven't suffered the way that black folks suffered, which is another issue I have with black K-pop community and black community in general. You prioritize one form of oppression over another. Asian people have also been enslaved and oppressed. So don't act like you're the only ethnicity, and I try to use the term ethnicity and not race because the social construct of race that has been created by people to divide certain groups of people into, black, white, black race, white race. That's not real. It's ethnicities within the race of human. There's no different races of human, black race, white race, all this stuff. So, but yeah, let me wait, if you don't mind. Your profile speaks for itself. Don't worry, we know you're black. Her whole argument only, wait, let me make sure I didn't read past anything. Everyone knows. Nope, I did read past some stuff. Let me see. Yeah, I did. Ooh. This is like when. Okay. Oh, this might have been a little bit later. I'm not lying. Yeah, I might be reading them. I'm beginning to think the constant need to cry oppression is like yes, exactly. Like black wasn't the only group of people that went through. Yes, exactly. So many other ethnicities went through stuff. I just speak my mind, and I just call it hood culture instead of black culture. Yes, because there is a difference. Riker, one day, I'm gonna have to buy you a meal or something. There is a difference between black culture and hood culture and gang culture. Hood culture doesn't always equal gang culture. If you grew up in the hood, doesn't mean that you were a part of a gang. But when you hear rap songs about shooting up somebody's block and, trying to take revenge for another gang member, unaliving your friend, when you talk about everything that gangs do, drug dealing and all that, yeah, that perpetuates a cycle of bad behavior within that community. So that's another critique that white people and Asians and everybody else has for the black community that they won't say because they're afraid to say it because they're not black. But it's the truth. And on my platform, you can say it because I know it's the truth. I'm telling you. That's one of the reasons why the black people in America are like we are. And I'm not saying all of us, but those who grew up in the hood, grew up in the streets, gangs and all that, that's why they are the way they are. That's why they're known for that all over the world. It's because of the music that we create and the music that we consume. And what you consume, you become. Very, very key principle of life. Whatever you're willing to consume, you will eventually become. So you got to be careful about what you consume. I just, well, I think I just read this already, but yeah, well, that way people don't have as big of a problem with it. Yeah. No disrespect to Koreans who like trot, more power to you, but I like K-pop. I'm not a trot fan. Agree. The biggest American rapper is a white. Sorry, the biggest American rapper is a white is white, and it's okay since he's good at it. Yes, that's true. Wait, is the biggest American rapper white? Who is that? I don't know who that is. Is it? Oh. I hope you're not talking about Machine Gun Kelly because he sucks. And I mean that he does suck. Though I will say it's mad disrespectful when K-pop idols say the N-word. Do you agree? Yes, I do agree. However, I hold my own ethnicity to the same standard. If it's not okay for Koreans to say the N-word, Black people stop using it, because they won't take us seriously when we say that a word is bad and it's denoting slavery and property and all that stuff. That's why they called us that. We were property. Property was called the N-word. Slaves were called the N-word. So when Black people use it, it's okay, but when Koreans use it, it's not. No, it's not okay when anybody uses the word. So I'm one of those people that I believe in equality completely, to the point where if it's equally bad for any other ethnicity to say a word, then it's also bad for Blacks to say it too, and they equally need to stop. It is Black people's fault, though, for putting that stuff out there. You got so many rappers with the N-word in every other word of the lyrics of a song, and them Koreans are trying to enjoy that music and having a hard time walking on eggshells. They might slip up and say the R-word, the N-word, because they hear it all the time beaten into their brains because the music is like that. And I think that it's disrespectful to Koreans and other ethnicities that enjoy our music to say, hey, we put this music out, deal with it. We're not gonna facilitate you, but you have to cater to us. So if we put out the music and that you got the N-word, don't say the N-word. That's not fair. They probably wouldn't even be saying the word half the time, whether intentionally or unintentionally, if Black people did not intentionally put the word in songs, in music, in Black literature, in movies, in TV shows. If we stop flooding our stuff with the N-word all the time, maybe other ethnicities will take us seriously. That's why I made a video on that a long time ago, saying that Koreans don't take us seriously when we say, don't say the word, because we use the word that we claim is so bad and we don't want people to say. And guess what makes it okay for us to say it and for them to not? Color. The whole point. It's color-based. It's race-based. Again, color. That's why we can't progress. I promise you, this is one of the main reasons why we can't progress, because color is prioritized over everything else. True, I think Black people are the only people who tried to take ownership of a derogatory word. I know any other group of people who does that, even put it in songs. Yes, Black people are the only people that I know of that would take a derogatory term and try to take ownership of it, and they say that they reclaimed it. You didn't reclaim it. It was never yours. It was the word that the white man gave you to describe your color. And it was a word that was used to basically identify property. And black people back then used it with each other because they were indoctrinated into that kind of mindset. They did not call themselves the N-word. Black folk did not call themselves the N-word before slavery, only during and after slavery. We kept it going, and we thought that if we change a few letters in the word, it would change its meaning to be more of a term of endearment, right? But even changing the word or changing the letters in the word does not stop you from wanting to go upside a white person's head when they say it. So changing the letters didn't really fix the problem. The problem is the word itself, which means you need to get rid of it. I think that's common sense. I think that's common sense. And that's why I think I harped on this a little bit long on this video, because the problem is not just the K-pop stuff. It's everything that she's saying that's wrong with progression. It is so non-progressive to speak like that, to say that black people's music was stolen and that black people should be given credit by highlighting their skin color as the point of reference when talking about the music, the creativity of a person. That is cheapening the creativity. It cheapens the song. It cheapens the meaning of giving recognition, is by dumbing it down to color. And I think that is not progress, that's regression. Speaking of, wait, let me go back. Oh, wait, okay, good. Speaking of gang, Jimin was criticized by a small part of the black community because he put in the song "Set Me Free." Apparently, it's slang for it's slang black gangs. Again, that would not be a thing if black. I don't even think that's a. If I were to go and look up F all your black op, F all your ops. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look that up right now. While I'm doing that, let me read the other ones. Give me 1 sec, y'all. Give me 1 second. Computer, slow computer. Come on. F. This is F. All your ops. Meaning. What is the meaning? F all your ops is a slang phrase expressing hostility or disregard towards all of one's enemies, rivals, or competition. Op stands for opposition. Are you serious? This is what they got mad about? Op stands for opposition, commonly referring to anyone actively against the speaker, including rival gang members, police, or in casual contexts, simply annoying people. So it's not just a gang thing. This is why I don't think people think before they react to stuff. This is why I think people don't think before they react to stuff. Also, if you reclaimed the word to mean something else, everyone should be able to say it because the word has a new meaning. Yes, that just shows it's actually reclaimed. And then reclaimed how? Reclaiming implies that you owned the word at one point in time. That it was y'all's word, that y'all came up with the word, the N-word. But they didn't. White people did. So they keep saying reclaimed. Y'all didn't reclaim jack. You repurposed it. You took ownership of the word, took it from them, and you claimed it as your own and repurposed the word. You didn't reclaim anything. And again, like to your point, no matter how many letters in the word you change, for it to not be as hostile as the word that was actually used, when a white person or anybody else that's not black says it, you want to go jump them. Why? Because that word still triggers you. So then it's not even the word. It's the color of the person saying it. That's what makes it so bad. And if that's the case, get rid of the word. Because nobody's going to take you seriously when you say, hey, don't say that word. That's a bad word. Oh, but you can say it. Yeah, but I'm black. I thought a bad word was a bad word regardless of color. I don't understand. How do you react when someone in real life says the word to you from any race? If I know them, I make it a point to say, hey, this is the reason why we have the problems we have is when you say that N-word. If I don't know them, I best not say anything, because most of the time the people that I talk to that use the N-word are crazy. And if you challenge them on something, they're going to want to fight. And I ain't got time to be fighting people. So I talk to the people I know about it. I don't talk to the people I don't know about it, because I ain't got time for people trying to throw hands on me. Oh, because I told them it's wrong. Now, sometimes I will say, hey, that's when I go, well, how do you feel when white people say it? And then we get into a conversation of the N-word. If it's like a conversation that I have with somebody I don't know, but I'm having good conversation with them, and I can kind of judge by the conversation and the tone of the conversation, they're actually willing to engage in an intellectual, good faith argument, then I will press them on, why do you use the N-word? But if it's somebody that I can tell by how they speak, how they look, that they are not somebody you want to ask questions about, I don't do it. Because I'm not doing it. Sorry. Can't. Also, black people saying the N-word to each other is cringe to me in general, because it's basically saying, hello, my fellow slave. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Hello, my fellow slave. That's basically what it is. And black people claim it's their way of like joking about it. But apparently you're not, like they talk about, yeah, that's how we overcame our oppression. We just made a parody out of it by taking the N-word, and we made like a joke out of it. So now we call each other my N-word or whatever. And we all good. But I feel like Japan has a better grasp on letting the past die than black people do. What do I mean by that? During the days of Imperial Japan, you guys already know where I'm going. It's time for history. During the days of Imperial Japan, you had World War II, the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which was a very terrible thing. What we did to them was absolutely atrocious, but it was war. Now, I'm not trying to, glorify it or anything. It was tragic. There's a lot of people that don't live in Hiroshima and Nagasaki to this day because of I think it's the radiation or something from the atomic bomb. And stuff like that. So people don't necessarily live there per se, but they don't sit there and like constantly beat black America over the head about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They just don't talk about it. Now, I'm not saying that their unwillingness to not talk about it is them like brushing it off, but they found a way to not talk about what they did, because I think like Japan recognizes its own fault within that, which was the imperialism of Japan. They were trying to expand their territory and all that stuff. They were trying to imperialize. And remember, history dictates that Japan was trying to conquer China at one point, almost succeeded. Japan also tried to conquer Korea, and they actually did that almost successfully. And they did a lot of bad things to Koreans. Koreans can't let that go. They actually have a problem as well with that. They can't let it go. They love going to Japan and visiting Japan and putting on Japanese kimonos, and they find it respectful, I think, when Japanese people wear hanbok and things like that, because it's like, wow, cultural exchange. But if you like are wearing the rising sun, that rising sun is an emblem and a what's the word, I guess, yeah, emblem of Japanese imperialism. So if anybody has that on, they get triggered. And I understand why, so I'm not like trying to condemn the reason why they get triggered, because it represents a very, very dark time in their history. So I understand that. However, when you condemn an entire group of people in the modern day Japan for what their ancestors did, I think that's wrong. Same thing for when black people condemn white people of the modern day for what their ancestors did. Mind you, historically, it is known that not every white person back in the day of slaves was okay with slavery, nor did they own slaves. There were white people that were very instrumental within the Underground Railroad and things like that, because they agreed that it was wrong to own slaves. You can't own a child of God, right? And so I think that's something that we'll have to revisit one day. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I think I kind of didn't fully answer the question that I was being asked. I think I was asked a question or something, I don't know. My brain sometimes goes off. Like, why would you want to refer to yourself as a slave? Again, this is black people's way of coping with the past and saying that we are resilient and we're strong and we have pushed past the past. No, you haven't. Black people that say that and they still talk about oppression like it's a central focal point of their life, they haven't moved past depression. They're lying. They're lying to you and they're lying to themselves. I have to go. Have a nice evening. Thank you for coming, Ninguk. I still call you Ninguk. I apologize. I'm gonna have to get used to that new Gook verse. Sorry, let me see if I can find all people saying. I remember Somi got cooked for using the word hood either in her song or in a song title, and she had to come out and say she meant neighborhood. I don't really care. Like, that shouldn't even be a big deal. Hood doesn't necessarily have to be like Black Hood, but since I don't know, people get criticized for the littlest things. I could see, honestly, people getting criticized. I could actually understand people getting criticized for mouthing the N-word over saying hood. It just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you want to refer to yourself? Okay, I read that one already. Like, I'm not calling myself a R word because I don't want to call myself a low functioning human. Right. Because that's basically what it means. Right. Oh, she actually captioned one of her Instagram stories, quote, a day in the hood, and got cooked for it on Twitter, and she had to come out and clarify she meant hood as a neighborhood. I don't understand why the overcorrection again. The overcorrection. What you know about the hood, and it's just funny because like a lot of black folk, there's a percentage of black people that live in the hood. There's a percentage of black people who don't, and some of those black people don't agree with hood culture and hood life, and yet they would get offended because a non-black person said, "I'm going to the hood." You know, J-Lo from, what was it? J-Lo from the Block or something like that. Jenny from the Block. There we go. Jenny from the Block. she grew up in the Bronx in the hood basically, and people in America, I don't know. There's some people that dogged her for it, and there's some people that like for calling herself Jenny from the Block. They dogged her for it, and then some people actually love her for it. Like Jenny from, yeah, I love Jenny from the Block. That's just simple stuff. I don't understand why people make big deals out of that. People are bored, bro. Yeah, that's what it is. People are bored. But yeah, I think that snippet pretty much tells you everything you need to know anyway. Hopefully this video will not be an hour and 4 minutes long. Right now it stands at an hour and 4 minutes long. I've got to narrow that down somehow, and I don't even think it's going to be nailed down to my liking. Hopefully it can, but I just don't think it will. I think it might stand at an hour. Now, if y'all don't see a lot of visuals on this video, because I don't think I'm going to do a lot of visuals at all, don't be surprised. It is an hour-long video. That's a lot of stuff to put in. And I'm not going to like be all intricate and detailed with the visuals. It's probably going to be a bunch of K-pop stage mixes and the Moonlight Station thing. And going back and forth. Because it's just going to be too long, y'all. It's going to be too long. It's too long of a video. Oh, I also got in an argument the other day on Reddit about if Cat's Eye is K-pop. Black people always say, get out the hood, make it out the hood, but they also try to own it. Yes, mind you, they're a white hood, Hispanic hood. Yeah, that's true. There are. Eminem is a clear example of that. There are white people that live in the hood too. And they're a product of their environment, meaning like whatever they consume, they become. So if you see white people that like act like they're from the hood, and it's not an act, it's literally like an integrated into their personality, that's because they've grown up in the hood. You know what I mean? It ain't, oh, white boy trying to act black. No, because black people don't act like that. Just a certain section of black people act like that. Black people that grew up in the hood. So that means that a certain section of white folk that live in the hood and grew up in the hood might act like that too. That's hood culture. Hood culture is actually depending on whoever lives in the hood, and you grow up in that space, and you how do I say this? You assimilate into it, meaning you become a part of it. You embrace that. Then yeah, that's who you are. That's not something that's like color based or ethnos based. So yeah, good point. There's white people in the hood. There's Hispanics in the hood. You know, come on, man. People act like hood is just a black thing. And yeah, black people try to own it. Like, you can't, don't you dare say nothing about the hood. Thoughts on Eminem's music? I like his old music, but I didn't really listen to much of Eminem in general. I wasn't much of a rap guy. Still not much of a rap guy. But I listened to like some of his rap music back in the olden days, just to hear. The man can rap. Now his current music is kind of but he is good at rapping. He's still a great rapper. Like, if you rap battle him, he will destroy you. So that's one thing I will say. But as far as like his, even then, you know, Eminem said things back in the day that, you know, I'm a Christian. I don't agree with any of that stuff. Because he was, what was that song? Make my slinky go da-doing, doing, doing. Yeah. I ain't never seen a like that. Yeah, I don't, you know, I don't rock with that stuff. Y'all know, I don't rock like that. It was a bit vulgar, but so it's not like it was my forte. I definitely didn't care for it, but I listened to it just to see, like, if he could rap or not. And yes, the man can rap. I said they aren't technically K-pop to me because to me, if they don't sing at least half of their discography in Korean language, they aren't K-pop to me. And people got actually very upset. Keep in mind, I didn't say they were trash. I actually like most songs by them, but I think that in order to keep K-pop, in order to be K-pop, where I got to keep from, they have to sing in Korean. Well, it's not a bad take. A lot of people have that opinion though. But again, like I said, these people get mad because they don't have. I feel like these people don't have any connection to the outside world or real life, and so anything that you say that sounds, you know, remotely against what they believe, based on things that they look on the internet, they're gonna get mad at you. Did techno music come from black people? Let me see. Techno music. Origins. It's a good question. I never thought about that. Did techno music come from? Techno music originated in Detroit, Michigan. Uh-oh, I know it's black people already. In the mid 1980s, pioneered by African-American artists known as the what? Belleville? I think that's how you say that. Belleville 3. And okay, so but basically it's yes, it was pioneered by African Americans. Yeah. Wow. Techno. That makes sense. Electric music. Wait. Hold on. Wikipedia says it. I don't look at Wikipedia, but it popped up saying that it's, there we go. Okay, here we go. A European. So okay, because I was about to say, it looks like it says here that European electro synth pop artists like, okay, well, music orchestra provided the electric textures. American funk and soul. Stevie Wonder. Okay, well that's not what I'm just looking for the origins of techno. Techno is black music. Explores the origins of techno music. Emphasized. Okay, so but apparently there's techno music from Germany. Let me just but when did it happen? I don't like Wikipedia. No, I'm sorry. I don't like Wikipedia at all. Let me see. Origins in what does it say? In Germany. Oops, whoops. Germany. German techno originated from 1970 pioneers. Kraftwerk, who revolutionized electronic music with synthesizers and repetitive rhythms, while Detroit artists defined the genre in Detroit artists defined the genre in the 1980s, but Germany, particularly Frankfurt and post 1989 Berlin, became a global hub fueled by the fall of the Berlin Wall. Okay, so technically, let's see. Interesting. There's a lot. People were saying they are under hype, so they are K-pop. Well, yeah, that's hype is an exception, because hype has a ton of different kinds of things. Like even that boy band, that white boy band, I'm pretty sure is also under hype, if I'm not mistaken. So they're globalizing K-pop not by creating. This is just my take. They're globalizing K-pop not by creating a bunch of K-pop groups all over the world, but by the way they market them in the K-pop way that K-pop is marketed in Korea, and all the other things. Like they have all the bells and whistles of K-pop, except it's in their own language and it's in their own. Now, mind you, I don't know if I would go as far as to say that that K-pop is only K-pop if it's sung in Korean. Although I think there's some validity to that statement. I don't know if I myself would subscribe to that. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on it. I don't know, because like BTS, Butter and Dynamite and all those other songs. Is that what's that other song? Na 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 na. I don't even remember what it said. Permission to Dance. Those songs don't sound like K-pop songs because they're in English. And if the only thing that makes it K-pop is that Koreans are singing it, I don't know. That's kind of weird. So I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on it, but I don't know. I'm kind of leaning more towards what you're saying, because yeah, if I went to Korea and I had a music career and I just sung it in English, would it be K-pop? Even if there's Korean producers and songwriters behind me, Korean band behind me, it's not really K-pop though, is it? I think K-pop as a genre exists beyond like language barriers, but I feel like it would not be like real K-pop if I don't sing in some kind of Korean, right? That's an iffy one, Riker. You just made me think. You just made me think. I literally like almost went blind for a minute because I was like looking up to the sky, really thinking about it. Wow. I'm gonna have to think about that one, brother. That's a good point. I might actually have to make a video on that. Well, I think the majority of their songs should be in Korean to be K-pop, not every single song. Yeah, you've given me pause to think about it. You've definitely given me something to think about, Riker, for sure. Rain says, do you think Lisa's song "New Woman" featuring Rosalia. That's entirely in British and Spanish is a K-pop song. What song is that? Lisa's song, New Woman. Haven't heard it, but I mean, I would. Yeah, see, that's y'all getting me now. Oh, y'all are getting me now. That's a rough one. Good question. Good question. Oh, did I? Under JYP. Oh. Is that the one? Oh, yeah, okay. JYP. So I thought it was, oh. Was it JYP? Hmm. Interesting. People were saying that under Hybe. People were saying that they are under Hybe. They are K-pop, and I responded with the rumor that JYP are forming a tribe group. Are they gonna be? Oh, okay. I got you. Well, I know you didn't just read English and Spanish. Sorry, I did. I'm dyslexic. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I am dyslexic. You have to excuse me. And I don't have my glasses on, so it's like dyslexia and nearsightedness, and I apologize. Sorry about that. Some people say no because she's a Thai artist singing in English and collaborating with Spanish artists. Yeah, but what girl group collaborated with Ariana? Was it Ariana Grande or somebody? I can't remember. That might have also been Blackpink if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know. I mean, but then, okay, well, no, I can't say that. Oh, I was about to go in. I was about to go in on Huntrix for a minute, and I had to stop myself because they slightly said a few Korean words in some of their songs. Not all their songs are like full Korean. Most of their songs are in English, and so I had to stop myself. However, we're going up. It's our moment. It's mainly English. So is that K-pop? Even though it's a K-pop group? I don't know. Huntrix. So, let's see. Yeah, apparently the group that formed from JYP. JYP's show, the Entertainer, will be a modern trot group without that. Oh, sorry. Whether that means, see, dyslexia. Whether that means, whatever that means. God, I can't read at all. Interesting. Modern trot? What does that even sound like? Guess I'll find out, huh? Perfect example, I consider Black Swan K-pop, even though they are not all foreigners because they sing in Korean. Sorry, even though they are all foreigners. Told you guys I can't read today. Blackpink collab with Selena Gomez. Is that what it was? I don't know why I thought it was Ariana. Who is that? Oh, it must be a package. Oh, they sprinkled some Korean in them songs. Like, oh well, you know, yeah, they did, but that it wasn't a lot. You know what I mean? It wasn't a lot. It's still like a lot of Americans are singing them songs, and they only hear like one or two Korean words in them songs, and you know, I don't know about that. And Huntrix, you know, they kind of American. Oh, let me do this real quick. I don't even know if it's there. Oh, never mind. I got off of it good. My computer needs to rest anyway. Like some people say, excuse me. It's like some people say there's a difference between Megan Thee Stallion. Oh God, I forgot she collabed. Twice in a row they collab with Bruno Mars. How is it different? So it's like, honestly, it's like at this point, K-pop is whatever people like define it as. That's ultimately what it is. K-pop is whatever people define it as long as it meets certain criterias that could like make it pass as K-pop. Other than that, K-pop, you know, K-pop, can't speak now. K-pop could cover a myriad of different factors, or only a few. They could all be Korean, but sing English, which means it's, depending on who you ask, it's either K-pop or it's not. They could either be some Koreans and some non-Koreans in the group singing, you know, more English than K-pop, and it'd still be considering depending on who you ask, it could be K-pop or not. Or it could be no Koreans in the K-pop group, and it's just a bunch of foreigners singing Korean, and it could be considered K-pop, depending on who you ask. And then it could be no Koreans again singing only English, but with like a K-pop style and choreography and all that, and it would either be considered K-pop or not, depending on who you ask. So I don't know. I think it just depends on the person. I think it just depends on the person. Both songs were English songs featuring Western artists. I don't know. Apparently it's different. Apparently it's different, but I don't know how. It seems like the same situation to me. I don't know. It was dumb. I never told Reddit that if they wanted to call Cat's Eye or girls that K-pop, they can. I just don't. You were just saying that was in your opinion. You know, it's Reddit. Opinions are like heavily scrutinized. Let me see, what time is it? It's 2 hours. Okay, well, that's not bad. I think I've talked enough anyway. I think I've talked enough. 2 hours is pretty good. So depending, especially considering how I'm feeling, because I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm not tired. It's still daylight. It's still daylight. I'm not tired, so I don't know why I'm yawning like this. But I do know that I probably need to try to finish up this video and try to condense it as much as possible. I'm going to try my best to not have an hour video for y'all. I'm going to try. Do you think 3D or 7 by Jungkook is a K-pop song? I think, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I think it's and in both. I think it's and in both. Or should I say it could be and in both? Personally, I think 7 days. Okay, let me give the nuanced perspective. Then I'm gonna give mine. Nuanced perspective. It could be and in both. Jungkook is Korean. He's singing, an American style song. I mean, Standing Next to You could also be seen as either K-pop or non-K-pop. He did have Usher on there. Does that make it less K-pop? No, I don't think so. But at the same time, Jason Derulo's Shut Up and Dance had EXO's Lay and NCT 127 on it, if I'm not mistaken. It was either NCT 127 or NCT Dream, one of those two. Shut Up and Dance. It had like a Jason Derulo, an American singer, dancing and collaborating with Lay and NCT. But I don't think there were any Korean or Chinese lyrics in there. Was that considered a K-pop song? I wouldn't say it was per se. So I guess, I don't know. I always have a hard time describing what that kind of music is. Is it a mesh between Western music and K-pop? It could be categorized that way. I don't think that's right or wrong. Could it be Korean music and American music meshed together? Maybe. I don't think that's wrong to say. Could it just be a Western song? Yeah, I think you could say that too. In the case of Jungkook, when it comes to like 7 days a week and 3D and Standing Next to You, stuff like that, I would say, honestly, if I'm being honest, this is where I am right now. I don't categorize them as K-pop songs because he's appealing to the Western audience specifically, but because he's Korean and he's a part of BTS, Koreans are going to automatically flock to Jungkook's music. You understand what I'm saying? So even though he's speaking English, he's singing English, he's invited people to collab who are not Korean. It's still, like, I would say it's still like maybe more so Western than Korean. But because of the attention he draws from both sides of the aisle, American and Korean, it could be categorized as both. But I don't know. I think musically, if you want to be simple, it's not K-pop to me. I know I gave you a roundhouse kick answer instead of just cutting straight to the chase. Armies are upset because award shows categorize 7 or 3D as K-pop songs and makes him lose out on awards that aren't K-pop, Because award shows categorize them as K-pop songs. Yeah, I don't think they are. If I'm being honest with myself, I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself and say it's K-pop regardless because it's Jungkook. Because then I feel like if I think about it really critically, to say that a song is K-pop song simply because a Korean is singing it, I don't know. Does that strike you as a bit racist? That sounds a bit racist. I don't know. Something about that. It's K-pop because a Korean singing it, even though they're singing it in English. I don't know. Something about that sounds racist to me. It just does. And I'm just having this aha moment like right now in real time. I don't know. Something about that sounds racist to me. It just does. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, something about it. And it might not be. Maybe I'm just overthinking. But anyway, I think they're missing out if they don't categorize it as what it is. I don't think it's K-pop. I think it's Western. I think it's Western, whatever style of genre he's doing, it's Western. I don't think it should be categorized as K-pop. I just don't. But strictly because he's Korean, I don't think so. You know. For example, you know what? I can actually compare this. Hikaru Utada, one of my favorite Japanese singers in Japan, she made, I think, 2 English albums specifically for the English audience. I mean, it was for her Japanese audience as well, but it was mainly for her English audience. I would consider that not Japanese pop. I would consider her English albums American because she spoke in English. So in that way, yeah, that makes more sense to me than saying it's Japanese music when they're not speaking a lick of Japanese. Yeah, that's the only way that makes sense. Also, Onu, you know, he went to Japan to promote his new Japanese album. He has 2 Japanese albums right now. If Onu, who's a Korean, is like nominated for, you know, best title track or whatever in Japan for a Japanese award show, like, then they're categorizing his music as Japanese, even though he's not Japanese, but he's singing Japanese. So that, I think maybe singing Japanese solely can actually mean that it is a Japanese or Korean or whatever language you're singing in type song. So I think, Riker, I think you've convinced me. You've convinced me. If I go to South Korea and I write a song or I sing a song in Korean and I wrote the song, right? And people recognize it as a Korean song, I can't fault them for that because I sung in Korean. And it makes sense. So yeah, I think it does. You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right, Riker. You sold me. You sold me logically. You got me. I'm no longer on the fence. Yep. I think you got me. It is officially, yes, that I agree. Rain, I agree with you. 7 days or 7, whatever, 7 3D, Standing Next to You. Those are American songs. Hands down. They're not K-pop. Yeah, that makes sense. Welcome to the dark side, brother. It feels good. It feels good. Yeah, that's funny. I don't know why that was like, I was very challenged by that whole position that it has to be English or it has to be Korean in order for it to pass as K-pop. I was challenged on that because I really had to think. Yeah, Onu has a Japanese album he's promoting right now. It's not gonna like hit the top of the Korean charts because it's not in Korean, it's in Japanese. It makes perfect sense why it would be in a Japanese award show and not a Korean award show. So Jungkook's being categorized as Korean, even though he's not singing Korean, doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it just seems a bit, and I'm not trying to be like one of them, but it sounds racist to me to be like, oh, he's Korean, so based on him being Korean, it's K-pop, regardless of whether he's singing in English or any other language. That's like Dimash Kurdebergian. If Dimash, who is half Chinese, half Kazakhstanian, makes an album in Chinese, and he's from Kazakhstan. That's where he lives, but he's half Chinese, half Kazakhstanian. But he lives in Kazakhstan, and his native language is Kazakhstanian language. But if he makes an album in Chinese, that album is going to be pushed on the Chinese charts and he could win an award in a Chinese music award, not Kazakhstani music award because he's not singing in that language. So therefore, yes, K-pop is truly K-pop when you're singing in Korean. If you're not singing in Korean, it's not K-pop. It makes perfect sense. It does. It makes perfect sense. That's yeah. It works for me, Riker. It works for me. You sold me. You sold me, Riker. You sold me. He lost control on the stage. He lost control. You got me, brother. Yeah, I'm sold. Well, it just makes sense to me logically because where's the K in K-pop if there's no? Well, tell that to Bong Shi-hyuk. He said he was going to take the K out of K-pop. He's going to take the K out of K-pop, which would mean that K-pop would be, well, it wouldn't be K-pop anymore. It'd just be U-pop. You know what U stands for? Universal. He's going to create U-pop. Do you know what? Let me not give him any ideas. Let me not give him any ideas. Let me just pretend I never said anything. Not like Bong Shi-hyuk's going to actually pay attention to this little old YouTube channel anyway. But yeah, just let me not give him any ideas. Just makes sense to me logically because where's the K in K-pop if there's no Korean? What just because they are Asian? No, that's a bit sus. Yes, that whole argument does sound a bit racist. If I'm let me see. If I'm black and I sing in Russian, or I'll do a bit, yeah, Russian. I think that's Russian. Petit Papillon, which is one of my favorite. I think it's Russian. Or no, it's not. It's French. It's French. France. Sorry. Petit Papillon, French. If I recorded a cover of Petit Papillon, and I wouldn't do that because it's actually a song that a woman would sing and not a guy. But I like the song because it's really pretty. Anyway, I just changed the lyrics. Me thinking too much. See, this is a problem. Get to my point. If I'm black and I would record a French song, like well, not black because there's black French people. Scratch that. If I'm American and I record a French song and it tops the French charts or whatever, and then the music award shows in America are like, no, we're going to categorize it as an American song, even though I'm singing in French. That would be weird because I'm singing in French. I mean, unless America is the exception, because America is a melting pot and they categorize anything and everything that even if it's not American, if American did it, then they're going to credit an American, which is, I get it, but I'm singing in French. So I would get an award in France, not in America. And if they try to say, well, it's an American guy that sung it, that wouldn't make sense. Then again, you know what? That brings me to another conversation I'm going to have with you guys. Because when they say Korean, because, you know, American, I know what people mean by homogenous society when they talk about America and Korea. Korea is what they call a homogenous society, meaning you can't really be Korean unless you are, Korea, you have to, how do I say this? Koreans look a certain way. Americans could be anybody. You've got people that are African American meaning someone who came from Africa and became American. You got African Americans, you got Black Americans, you got Caucasian Americans, you got European Americans, you've got Hispanic Americans, Spanish Americans, Portuguese Americans, Jewish Americans, all these different Americans, Russian American. So it's not homogenous, right? Because we're a melting pot. Korea, Japan, China, it's more homogenous in that sense. However, I do rebuke the notion that Korea is like solely homogenous in that sense where there's only Koreans living there. I hate when people bring up Korea as a homogenous society as a way to like get out of certain conversations. Korea is a homogenous society when it comes to certain things. But Korea is not homogenous because only Koreans live there. That's not true. Not only Koreans live there. There are a lot of foreigners that live in Korea too. So I don't agree with that. But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. The homogenous society claim that people give South Korea to, like, you know. I got a lot of comments about that back like 2 years ago or so. I hated it. It's more like you being an American making a French song and losing French awards because your label as an American singer, not French. Yes, basically. Yeah, thank you. That's simplifying that for me. Because I was like going off in my head. There's a perception by some people in Korea, not all, but not all by any means, that you aren't a real Korean if you aren't Asian. There, I said it. Yes, thank you. You all are simplifying what I'm trying to say. Yes, there is a perception by some people in South Korea that if you don't look like them, you're not, Korean. Which is thus the homogeny comes in. However, there are Japanese people that live in South Korea. They're not Korean. Like, is Korea, and then there's this weird belief system that some Koreans have that, how do I say it? There's this belief system of like pure-blooded Korean, like all of my line and my lineage, it traces just to like Koreans. And it's like this obsession with being a pure-blooded Korean, this obsession with pure Korean that I can't jive with. Also, it's not entirely true because there's a lot of Koreans, they'd be surprised themselves to find out that their ancestry traces back to some Chinese people, some Japanese people. You never know who else. So not all Koreans are as pure, blooded as they are led to believe by their grandparents or whatever. So when you see a black person and a Korean person like together and they got kids, they're honestly, in my mind, they're no more or less Korean than than their grandparents or whatever else. The gene pool is, I hate to use this word, but the gene pool is quote unquote tainted either way. They just don't know it yet. Now, some people are pure Korean, but it's probably few and far between. That's my speculation. It's probably few and far between. You will find more people that actually are a mixture of Japanese, Chinese, and Korean than you will of pure Korean. Oh, I'm a descendant of King Kim, whatever, of the Kim dynasty or whatever. And then you find out, oh, you're related to the Kim dynasty by way of a concubine or some Japanese person or Chinese person that somehow found their way into having a child by somebody else, and then like, oh wait, but some people, if you tell them that, they'll still like say, no, that's not true. No, we're pure Korean. I feel like I'm going off the rails with this conversation, actually. I feel like I'm slightly losing it. My fiance's parents aren't like that. They said, if you live in the country, you are just as much a citizen as all. Bless those parents. As long as they are legally there. Yeah. Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. Thank you. As long as they're legally there. That's good stuff. Would you label a K-pop idol releasing a trot song as K-pop song or just a trot song? Would you label a K-pop idol? If it's trot in English, it's just trot. If it's trot in Korean, I would say it's Korean. So I guess the language does matter after all. It's not enough that they're Korean. They have to speak the language. Otherwise, it's not. Now, here's where the waters get muddied on this topic. Say there's a K-pop group. Here's a good question. Say there's a K-pop group, and I actually want to know what you guys think. A K-pop group makes an entire mini album, 4 songs, or like say there's like 5 or 6 songs in the mini album. And the last song is an English song. Where does that English song stand in that mini album of K-pop? Like all the songs on that mini album are Korean, except for that one English song. Where does that song stand in that album? Shoot, Chinese Key. He does it all the time. He makes a mini album or a full album, and one of the songs is always an English song. Where does that English song stand in the K-pop album? Is it still K-pop? Or is that song just a split genre? Completely, like, well, not just split genre, but you know what I'm, well, yeah, split genre, because K-pop is its own genre. So, where does it stand? What do you guys think? Because I would think, I mean, the way I see it, I'm simple. So, if the whole album's K-pop and that song is English, I still call it K-pop. But if it's just a song by itself in English, then it's not. That's the best way I can describe it. Does that make sense? Logically, probably not. But that's my simple. But what do you guys think? And in a minute, I'm going to get off of here because it is getting past our time. Way past our time. I've really let my parents have Pachi today. Like they're the only ones fooling with Pachi today. I have had a break for the most part. I'm gonna go down there anyway and see how he's doing. He's probably in one of his moods, constantly trying to play with me and bite me. Oh, my back. Oh. Oh, my back. Come here and get some. Come on. Just come kiss me and bite me. Type this out real quick. I'd say the album, wait, what did it say? No, like would you label it a K-pop song just because a K-pop idol released it? Or would you label it just a trot song like any other song? I mean, if it, okay, like, because trot and K-pop aren't necessarily the same thing. No, I think I get what you mean now. Yeah, K-pop is not trot. So no, I would not, even if a K-pop idol came out and, you know, with a trot song, it would still be in trot. It would not be K-pop, in my opinion. Thank you. Apparently I missed the whole point of what you were asking me. No, yeah, I got you. it's me comprehension skills, you know. They're lacking right now. I say the album is a K-pop album because it's mostly a Korean album, but that song isn't as much K-pop because it's in English. Okay. I've always been curious about that. I never bothered to ask. There's 1,000 people in here. There's 1,000 people in here. I wish. It would be a trot song by a norm. Sorry, it would be a trot song by Norm K. But yes, exactly. Exactly. Though, yeah, my fiance's parents are the best. I love. Yeah, you did luck out. You really did. Now there's 1 million people. You're so famous, Moonlight. Huh. There's no 1 million people. There's no 1 million people on here. I wish. There's no 1 million people. That would be great if there was 1 million people. Nobody cares that much about little old Moonlight. I'm just the guy on the corner of the internet. I wish. No. I don't know about that. We'll see. One day, maybe one day. Can I ask one more question? Then I'll let you go. Yeah, go ahead. Fire away. You're so viral now. 1 billion people joining. Don't make me feel good. I see the numbers, okay? No such thing. No such thing will happen. At least not this year, anyway. What do you think of the term Black Americans? I think we should get rid of those and just call everyone Americans. But it don't matter. It don't matter who, as long as you're... Yeah, I agree. I don't really, here's the thing. I don't like color terms. I don't like white American, black American, like I don't, Latino American, Asian American. I don't really like that myself. I prefer to just be American. I prefer to be American. And I think anybody who calls himself an American is American. Surely by next year you'll have 1 billion viewers. That would be great, wouldn't it? You're an American no matter what ethnicity. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. And I also wish we would do with sorry, I can't put my words together. Do away with the word race, unless you're referring to like the human race. Not talking about you particularly, but like the reason, because I slip up and say race all the time, even though I don't mean race, because like I'm not a different race. I'm human race just like everybody else. So I think the term race should be done away with too. Like black, white American, all these different kinds of American should just be American, and race should be swapped with ethnicity. And I think the reason why ethnicity is so hard to say is because it's, ethnicity or ethnos or whatever. We don't say that often, so we just kind of like opt out and say race. But I think the word race in and of itself has a negative connotation when it comes to the social construct of race, that there's different races of human, and those races are divided by being called different races. And I don't understand that whole thing. It's a construct created by people to separate and divide people. And so if we were to use the term like ethnicity, like the appropriate term, and I think it would actually quell a lot of the whole race talk. But yeah, I agree. Black American, white American, all these different Americans, it should just be American. I know I'm making the controversial statement that everyone is equal. Well, everyone should be, shouldn't they? Well, and that's another thing. Like black and white, that's still like a way to say that there's a group of people that are more successful. It's kind of like critical race theory. Critical race theory deals in race, in the social construct of race. That no matter how poor a white person is, a black person is 10 times poorer. No matter how rich a black person is, a white person is 10 times richer. So the black person is always on the back foot no matter what situation they're in life. That's critical race theory. And the reason why whites can get ahead even though they're poor, the reason why they have a upper hand is because they're white. That's critical race theory, and it deals in race. That's the social construct of race right there, which is why I hate the word race so much when it's used inappropriately. It's just another way to divide people. I'm basically the wheelchair. Oh wait, if race get opt out, people will start asking, "What kind of American are you?" Well, I mean, I guess, but are you a middle child? I'm basically the wheelchair bound JFK. Should have a statue of my brave opinions. Can you imagine the pain of making a statue of a wheelchair user? I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be similar to if they made like a statue of Professor Charles Xavier, one of the greatest wheelchair users of his time. I mean, if they can, they should make a statue of That would be cool, actually. I think that'd be cool. I mean, it would probably be hard work because, like, you got to make the wheelchair. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you'll be that great one day, Riker, and they'll make an idol of you. Are you a middle child? Oh, am I a middle child? No. No. I am second oldest of 4. My sister's a middle child. And I have a brother who is the youngest, who we still call the baby. Even though he's in his 30s now. He's still a baby. He'll always be the baby. But yep, I'm the second oldest of 4. No, I more so mean the time it would take. Oh. Well, I mean, yeah, it would take a lot of time. Like, even though I'm Canadian, I'm running for president. Can I count on your vote? Riker, I made you a mod for God's sake. I mean, if I made you a mod because of how based you are, like, you for dag sure got my vote for president. Like, come on down here. Like, wheelchair yourself down here into that Oval Office and just, like, take it. Just take the presidency, please. Because I don't know who's coming after. It could be worse. So, take it, please. You got my vote instantly. Of course, they'll be mad at me because I voted for a white guy. But, are you married? I'm not married. No, I'm single. I am single. Merry Christmas. Oh, read my own thing out. Even though I'd be breaking the Constitution in multiple ways. But being a Canadian running for U.S. office, but who cares? Hey, listen. For you, I would hope that the Constitution. I would, if it was you running, I wouldn't care if like the Constitution, so many things in the Constitution got broke just for you to become the president. If it was you, I'd be like, yes. We need this Canadian guy. Okay? We need him. He's the man for the job. I'll make America think again. That's going to be a hard task, Riker. That's going to be a hard task. I guess I'm going to be one of the cabinet members then. Riker, I won't vote for you. I don't like common sense like that. Take that somewhere else. And I'm not running as a liberal. I don't want to be in the same party as AOC. I'll be. Hey, I think, you know what? We've never had an independent president. That would be great. That would be great to have an independent president. You have my vote already. If you want my vote, answer this one important question. What gender am I? Remember, Riker, the wrong answer is the right answer with her. She's a reverse person. The wrong answer is the right answer. Okay? That's the only way you'll get her vote. Oh, whoopsie. If the wrong answer is the right answer, then I'm a then I'm a woman. I ain't voting Kamala. I ain't voting Kamala for president. I'm a wolf. A wolf. You said gender. You didn't say species. You saying you're a furry? You didn't say what animal am I? You said your species. You said what gender am I? And the only reason I wouldn't run as a conservative is because I'd be a fraud, because I don't hold many conservative beliefs at all. I'm just a liberal from 20 years ago. Actually, I never really asked you, like, what are your liberal beliefs? Like, what conservative beliefs that do you not hold that, maybe that's a good, I have to talk to you about that. I'm actually curious. Riker, you're terrible. You disrespect my gender. Rain. Your gender. Wolf? Yes, you're definitely a liberal. You're definitely a liberal. You think that gender is a species and it's a wolf? Quite possibly, probably the worst thing I've ever heard. It's terrible. I think Texas, sorry, well, I think Texas, necessarily, as long as they are actually going to stuff. Yes. Well, the person who's running for public office for Texas is, what's that woman's name? Girl, I'm about to call her girl. She older than me, but she act like she younger than me. What's that woman's name? Jasmine Crockett? God. Texas, please don't vote for that. Is it Texas? It's either Texas or Georgia. I think it's Texas, though. It's almost 2026, and you dare say a wolf isn't a gender. Respect my pronouns, man. Pronouns? My gender is a wolf. My gender is a spaceman. My gender is a tiger. My gender is an airplane. Respect genders, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me get out of here. I've been on here for too long, and my voice is actually shot. Respect my gender. Respect my pronouns. Make America smart again. That's my slogan. So, make America. So, well, I don't know. You might want to change that. It sounds like massa. You might want to change that. It sounds like massa. I'm trying to let you know. People are gonna call you racist because your slogan, the acronym is massa. You don't want to do that, Riker. You don't want to do that, massa. You know how many black people are gonna be mad at you for your slogan being massa? He's massa. Maya, I guess that's Maya. Make America intelligent again. Maya, yeah, that's yeah. I think that's doable. I mean, I like Make America Smart Again, but I think people are gonna get really mad if they see the acronym. Oh, he trying to play the jokes. Massa. Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he did. Any black person that's in his administration, you a fool for going to the administration that supports Massa. Massa. That's subliminal. I ain't got time for that. That's crazy. I can't have people jumping on my boy Riker like that. Just for trying to could be worse. I could accidentally make an acronym for the N-word. I don't know. I wonder what that would be. Then again, I wonder what it would be, but you'd have to tell me like off stream, because I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody coming. I don't want nobody coming for my boy Riker. No, I can't have that. Can't have that, man. Okay. All right, let me get off of here for real. I've been on here for too long. It's about to be 3 hours all over again. But I enjoyed talking with you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Seriously, I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to everybody. Give me a day to think about. I could. Thank you guys for coming. Love y'all so much. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Again, I could not get my video out on time because it is over an hour long, and I'm trying to condense it where it's not an hour. So it's a lot. I talk a lot. That's my problem. That's probably why I'm a YouTuber. I talk too much. So yeah, I'm gonna try to condense it and make it intelligible so that it can be done in a timely fashion, and it won't take till New Year's. Hopefully it doesn't. So that's why I had to make a live stream and say Merry Christmas to everybody. So Merry Christmas to you guys. I love y'all, and I'll see you. If I don't see you when this video comes out, I'll see you all next year. See you all next year, okay? Merry early Christmas, Moonlight. Thank you so much, Rain. Merry early Christmas to you as well. And Happy New Year as well. Thank you guys so much. And thank you for rocking with me for yet another year. It's been 4 years now. And I am grateful to God, and I'm grateful to you guys. I love y'all so much, and I will see you guys next year in 2026. I don't know what's going to happen in 2026, so y'all, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, more great things to come. You should become a streamer. I probably should. I might actually become a streamer. You never know. Streamers are like the it thing these days. I might. If you guys think that I'm worthy of becoming a streamer, maybe I can. National intelligent gorgeous genius. Okay. but Riker, it's unintelligible. National intelligent gorgeous genius exceptional and real. I mean, it's an acronym, but I'm not gonna say it anyway. Those are my values. Oh, those are your values. Oh, okay. Okay, it makes more sense now. I thought you were just throwing words out there. Those are your values. Okay, good. It makes sense. It makes sense. All right. Let me get off here. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. Just ignore it. I will try my best to ignore it. I'll try my best to ignore it. Don't worry. Hey, for all the people that are thinking in their heads, what is this about? Don't worry about it, please. It was a joke. It was a joke. Thank you guys. Love you guys so much. See you in the next one. See you next year, 2026. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye-bye. Bye-bye. I kind of wish Mochi-san had come on here. It would have been great to say Merry Christmas to Mochi-san, but I guess I'll catch him on his stream. He'll probably do one tonight. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. He challenged me. Twitter, I'm innocent. Yeah, and Reddit. Don't you're a recurring visitor of Reddit. So if they see this live stream, oh, they're definitely gonna think you're something's wrong with you. You're gonna get me and you in trouble. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.